Hello everyone, welcome back to Hero Wars Guide. I want to go over the game data updates that we got today in what should be a pretty quick video. Just a second here on the event side of things will only take a second here, where I can confirm that the Dark Mage event for Jorgen's Soulstones is going to follow the same basic Soulstone event format, where there are just those few low-paying tasks. So I think just about every player should ignore this weekend's event, and we'll see what we get next week. Maybe it'll be something worth spending on, but this one is not it. Alright, with that out of the way, I want to get into an issue that has been talked about a lot in the last week or two. There has been a cheat floating around. I think it was a browser extension that you could install, but essentially what it would do is fake a battle processing error to trick Hero Wars into giving you additional chances on various fights. I'm not 100% up to speed on all the details, but I can imagine why the creators of the game would need to account for some kind of redemption if there is an error that occurs during a fight legitimately. Someone who attempted to make an attack in Guild War or whatever would want a second shot at things, so that part can make sense to me. But apparently someone found an exploit where they could force one of these errors to occur, and in doing so get basically an unlimited number of attempts on attacks in Guild War or the cow battles or even the Ashe attacks. As probably most of you know, you can have a team that's perfectly capable of getting 150 million against the 160 Ashe one week, and maybe it goes down getting 3 million the next. So it could then be an enormous advantage to, week after week, just get an unlimited number of attempts for each one of your fights to get the max possible score, maybe even test out new teams, all without risking any ill effects. You can see here, these are screenshots that someone posted on Discord of the thing in action where it looks like someone has lost a Guild War battle but gets the option to just cancel it or try it again on auto or accept the loss. Same idea on Ashe, etc. So naturally there's been a bit of an uproar about this, with people calling for this loophole to be closed and players who abused it over the however long it's been around to be banned. And this is a pretty severe thing here. This is affecting all the main competitive modes of the game. On the Ashe side, you can get some pretty nice rewards if you're at the top of the list every week. And so, having an unlimited number of attempts to get the best possible results is quite an advantage. So it would seem to me that a punishment of at least stripping all of the ill-gotten gains that people got out of this exploit, I think that would be appropriate. And if these cheaters got banned altogether, I wouldn't be particularly sad to see them go. But what I'm seeing in the game data update does not give me a whole lot of encouragement on that point. Alright, so here I'm taking a look at the updates that came in today's version of the game data. You'll see there are two new entries in the English language file here. And the first one says, you're banned from playing the current mechanic for 7 days due to a violation of game rules. Contact support to find out the reasons for blocking. So it sounds like that's what you'd see if the game detects that maybe you're using this plugin. And then there's a warning that seems like it would be popping up on the very first instance of a battle processing error, whether legit or not, although I've never seen a legit one in my time playing the game. But this one looks like more of a warning, where it says, the server has detected invalid battle errors that may indicate the use of third-party software. Further attempts triggering invalid battles may result in the mode being temporarily blocked. Wait a few minutes, refresh the game, and try the battle again. If you need help, contact us. Alright, and then in one of the other game data files, we can see here that some new limits have been added to the data. It looks like this detection is going in for cow, for Guild Wars, and for the Asgard boss phase only. So it doesn't seem like this would apply to adventures or to the minion parts of Asgard or Tournament of Elements or anything else. Although I suppose you get unlimited tries in the TOE anyway. I would assume this exploit can't be applied to auto battles like the arena. but all of these others seem to have gained an entry. You can see they each have their own limit, where the Guild War and Clash of Worlds seem to have a limit of 3 attempts before you get banned, and then a duration of 604,800. I assume that's seconds because this is exactly the number of seconds in a week. And then the Osh boss raid has 5 warnings before the ban kicks in. So number one, this seems like a very weak penalty, lasting only 1 week's time. And there are these limits that come into play before it matters. So, and I don't know the exact frequency of this, if this is 3 or 5 per time you refresh the browser, or per day, or per week, or what. Obviously, if it's per browser refresh, this is absolutely nothing and will do nothing to stop any of these abuses from happening. If the limit on the Osh battles is 5, then you can still re-roll the dice on a bad attempt with your main team, which is for most people the only one that matters. You could still roll the dice again 4 times and be safe. So this seems like a very, very underwhelming punishment for how severe I think these abuses of the game mechanics are. So yeah, it looks like a pretty low penalty for cheating, and with built in a little bit of room to keep right on cheating, just no longer in a completely unlimited fashion, unless again this limit is applied per browser session rather than per day or week, in which case it does still remain unlimited. And I'm sure the people who have this installed, one out of the hundreds or thousands that have installed the extension, will have that figured out in short order. I don't know exactly how many people have installed it, but the person who had posted to Discord did include a chart of the weekly installs. And I guess this gallery view here doesn't do much to show it, but this was a few hundred per week for each of the last several groups of weeks. So there's a decent sized community of people who are using these things. All right, so sorry to get kind of deep into, I guess, a gripe session here, but I really would have liked to have seen some of the spoils of cheating been stripped away from these people, and maybe some harsher sanctions that would actually stop them from continuing to do it. All right, but I think that about covers it. I hope to bring you better news next time around. I'll talk to you again soon.